Here I am again looking at some lovely herbaceous plants along here, and I've got a lady with me who, I have to be honest, I've actually forgotten your name already, but you are?
I'm Lynne.
Lynne whom?
I'm Lynne Moore from More and More Plants.
Wonder why it's called More and More Plants then, Lynne?
A little bit of a play on our surname, but it was created because of my love for just more and more plants.
More
really.
and more plants. How did you actually start growing your plants originally?
Originally, we grew them with a friend that I met at college, because I trained as a garden designer, and my friend's mum sadly passed away from breast cancer. And so my friend and I thought that we would grow some plants, sell them to raise money for breakthrough breast cancer, and that's how we started. So all the plants that we had left over from the initial plant sales, I took to farmers market, and the rest is history, and More and More Plants was born.
And how many years ago was that?
2006.
So you've been growing plants quite a few years.
Quite a long time, yeah.
Now tell us, I mean, I can just run along the plants. You've got a lovely array of ferns here, and coming along here, what have we got that's one of your favourite? I see pulmonarias there.
Yeah.
They put up with quite damp conditions as well, don't they?
Some can, and some can cope with quite dry shade as well. So depending on the variety, they can cope with a range of conditions, but depends on which one you're actually going to grow.
Now, what is some of your favourites? Come on.
One of my favourites is this variegated Brunera.
Right.
Brunera are really good for quite deep shade and for clay soils, but variegata is one of my favourites. That contrast of the blue forget-me-not flowers with the creamy foliage, I think is really pretty.
And how big will that grow?
It won't take over the world, about 12 to 18 inches tall, 30 to 45 centimetres, and about 18 to 24 inches wide, but quite a compact little clump really.
Now, I can't go past a hellebore without looking at it. Hellebores have become so popular, and the breeding that's gone into hellebores is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, but this particular one here is the Christmas Rose. This is Helleborus niger with its lovely white flowers.
Now that's like what I would say is the original hellebore that we think of, as you quite rightly say, it's Christmas Rose, isn't it?
And this has been one of the parents, because a lot of hellebores, they droop their heads, so a lot of people don't want to lift them up and look inside. They like the outward facing one, and so Niger's been used as one of the breeding parents for some of the more recent introductions, where the flower head actually faces outwards and upwards, so people can just see them at a glance, but there's nothing like the original for me.
The original's the one you like?
Yeah, and those beautiful white flowers.
Now they will flower from sort of before Christmas onwards, won't they?
Yeah, they've been in flower for quite a long time, and a lot of these have still got quite a lot of buds still to come, so I think they're probably going to take us right up to Easter, which is really good value for money, isn't it? For something that flowers for 3 months.
Yeah, that's really good. So we've gone past the pulmonarias I mentioned, and another favourite. Come on, let's find another favourite of yours.
I think one of my all-time favourites is our communal garden, which sounds awful, oxlip. And the oxlips are a hybrid between our native primrose, Primula vulgaris, and the cowslip, Primula veris. But I think that they're stunning. That very pale yellow for me is lovely.
Now you say they're a cross.
Yeah.
You're saying they're a cross. So how long ago were they actually crossed, or is it something that you've done, or you just grow them on?
Oh no, we grow them from seed. I'll be honest. No idea. Years and years and years ago, they just naturally hybridised, and so you have the tall stalks of the veris, the cowslip, but with the very pale sort of yellowy colour that comes from vulgaris, from our native primrose.
Because we still see cowslips on the sides of the roads, don't we, today?
Yeah.
And they look absolutely attractive as well.
Yeah, soon sort of form a carpet and self-seed.
So will these do the same?
Exactly, yeah.
And what sort of position would you put those in a garden?
Shade really, but they do like some moisture at the root, so either full or partial shade, but that moisture is quite key for them.
I was going to say this year there's not a problem with moisture.
No, probably end up going to need snorkels probably with the weather we just had, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. People often use that sort of plant quite close to ponds in sort of boggy areas. Would they work there?
They do, but they don't like to actually sit in water. They like that moisture to be there but then drain away, and especially over the winter where they're sort of semi-dormant. So they like the moisture but don't want to sit in it all the time.
We've got a lovely display there of plants.
Thank you very much.
More and more plants. Got a website, have you, for us?
We have. It's www.moreandmoreplants.co.uk.
Thank you very much for talking. And you are an Essex lady.
We are
Based in
Billericay.